everyone, welcome back to Homestead Corner. Today I wanted to talk about emergency winter heating. So there are all kinds of problems with the power grid, and I know a lot of people are very concerned about staying warm this winter. With grid down, the price of oil, all the stuff, we need to make sure we're prepared if the heat goes out and we can stay warm, especially in the colder places. You want to have some sort of backup or emergency heating. So I decided it was during the Black Friday sales, and I checked the price this morning and it was still the same price. I picked this up for $69.99, which I think is an amazing deal. You have to check the colors. The red one was over $100, but the green one was $69.99. And this is 18,000 BTUs, and it's the Dyna-Glo Grab and Go. So one of the first things I was looking for was I wanted something that is lightweight, not too heavy. I want it to be portable, and I want it to kick out a decent amount of heat. This will heat over 400 square feet, they say. So I thought that was an excellent thing about it, because you want to make sure that you can heat the space that you need. It's not going to heat your whole home, but it will heat a room or two, so you're able to stay warm in an emergency. Just block off the other rooms, which is great, super important. And the next thing I liked about it is the smaller one, the 10,000 BTU, which I think is like $10 cheaper, only takes one tank. So it doesn't, it's not going to last as long. It's not going to throw as much heat. So this throws a little bit more heat and will heat a little bit larger space. And this takes two tanks, one on each side. So it is easy to access them. These little doors just open right up. So let's set it up and see how it works. So this just takes the 1 pound tanks, and you can pick these up in 2 packs. Pretty much anywhere, any hardware store is going to have that. And you just open up the sides, and there is a nozzle in here that kicks out, and you can just screw your tanks right on. Simple and easy. Set this down. Just screw them right in, and then once you get them nice and tight, you don't want to go too tight with them, then they just push in and you can close the little doors. So flip this around and get the other one in there. Even with the tanks in, it still is nice and light and portable, so you can just take it and go, which that's important feature to me. I don't want something that's so cumbersome, and it's easily storable. It's pretty small. It's got a nice solid handle. I really like that. So we're just going to light this up. It's got an electric start, so little pilot light, and you just got to push it in and turn this knob. And it says to hold it for about 10 seconds once you get it. See the little flame. There we go. We're just going to hold that for about 10 seconds. Takes a couple clicks, but not too bad. And you have to hold this in while you're doing it. There we go. Now we can let go. So while you're turning it, you have to push. So it really does take two hands. So we've got the light going, and I'm just going to turn this up. We're going to push it in. We're going to turn it up. Now we're on a low, and then we have a medium, and you can see that flame coming up. It's releasing more gas. And then we're going to go one more time to a high. We're going to get this bad boy cooking and see how she does. So I have turned this down to a medium. The flame came pretty close to the top on high, and I'm a little nervous of gas. Personally, I don't normally use it. It's not something that I like, but I think this is a great way to go. In emergency situations, you need some heat. So on medium, it's only heating up one of the plates, but it is really throwing some heat and nice and toasty warm. It is really great. I like that. It's only been running for a few minutes, but you can feel the heat right away off this thing. Now, I'm not sure of the exact setup of the 10,000 BTU, but this 18,000 BTU, it's got a nice flat surface up here, and it is super hot. You could definitely put a pan on here. This is just a little 8-inch cast iron pan, but it's nice and solid. It's not going anywhere. You could definitely do that. There's just a teeny piece hanging out, and you could boil water on here and cook for sure while you are while you're heating up your home, definitely. So I'm just going to put a little bit of water in there, and let's see how long this takes to get it boiling, because this heat, you can really feel the heat coming off here. This little bad boy's cooking away. It'll definitely boil water. You definitely want a cover on it. Takes quite a while with no cover, but obviously anytime you're boiling stuff, you want to add that cover. This definitely will heat up those emergency foods. You can boil water. All of those small things definitely will work on this. You're going to want a pretty small pan. This is the smallest one I have, but it sits nice and stable because it's got this flat surface. So I'd say something 8 inches or smaller, a little sauce pot or a small frying pan, something like that will definitely work. So not only does this provide a nice heat source, up on high, this is going to boil water. Even on a medium heat, when you turn it down, you notice that it will come to a simmer, no problem. It's not going to boil huge quantities, but in a small pot, you can heat up those emergency foods, things like that. And you're going to want that extra added feature, definitely. So I'm really happy with the purchase of this. The handle does get quite hot. I'm not sure if it was the pan leaning up against it, but I wouldn't grab that handle when after you've cooked on it for sure. But the rest of it is cool to the touch. There's nothing too hot around anywhere. This is metal underneath, so this is quite warm. But the handle is burning hot, and I'm pretty sure it was because the cast iron pan was leaning against it, because I want to make sure that my pan was nice and stable on top if I'm going to cook on it. And that's it. That's the Dyna-Glo Grab and Go 18,000 BTUs. I really like this, and I'm super happy about the purchase. So I know I have got, in an emergency, I've got an extra backup heat source, and we'll be able to at least stay warm in a small area in the house or in the cabin, wherever we are. We would be able to just grab this and put it wherever we want. So you can run this with one 1-pound tank, definitely. Dyna-Glo does not recommend running it on high with one 1-pound tank. They recommend you have the 2 tanks in to run it on high, and 2 tanks on high, it says it will run for 4.5 hours, which is pretty good. So you want to make sure you have plenty of stock of the 1-pound tanks, or you could definitely buy an adapter and hook up to the nozzle inside and run it to a larger 20 or 40-pound tank if you have something like that already at your home. If you're interested in this, I will put links down below. Again, I purchased this for $69.99 myself. It was Black Friday, so, but this morning when I checked, it was still $69.99 for the green. The other one is red, and for some reason it was over $100. I'm not sure why. Probably the regular price, and the red must sell better. So color doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. So we grabbed this one for $69.99. I thought it was a great deal and definitely something to have on hand, because you always want to have a backup, and a backup for your backup. Definitely. And that's it for today. If you like this video, so this is a great alternative backup heating source for those emergencies, and I think it's an excellent purchase for the price. And that's it for today. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.